Hi everybody, it's Casey Williams. Mercedes-Benz is in transition. By the middle of this decade, it will have introduced its last gas-powered car. And by the end of this decade, it may not have any gas-powered cars on the road at all. But in the meantime, it's going to offer some extraordinary cars, like the S580 we have here today. Let's go take a look. Mercedes' new EQS and EQE electric sedans are sleek and beautiful. But there's something that they're missing that I really appreciate on traditional Mercedes. The big grille and the star on the hood and the little logo above it. It's a very traditional look, goes all the way back to the early 1900s, and just readily identifies the car as an S-Class. In fact, it's the only Mercedes sedan you can get in the United States now that has the proper grille and the hood ornament. Looks good though. LED headlamps, they're adaptive in 20 different ways. 20-inch alloy wheels, looks really good. I love the sleekness of this car. It has presence, but it's also very aerodynamic. I like the door handles. Right now I've got the key fob in my pocket and we just did a video, but when you approach them, they come out, look very nice. Just very, very delicate chrome. And come around the back. I kind of like the old tail lamps that had a little bit of a rib to them, or at least the impression of a rib. These are also very nice, look very good. You certainly know it's a Mercedes-Benz, front or rear. And in the trunk, it's not, it's a big enough trunk, but you get 4 people and your big too many bags in here, and it's going to be a little bit tight. So last weekend we went camping with my parents. I actually took the S580 to the campground. So but I had some road driving up there, driving back. And since I was driving and I was trying to make time, my daughter was sitting in the back learning how to use all the systems in the back seat. And it was all really cool. So May, can you show us how everything works?
Yes. So you click the eject button to take this touch screen out.
Because it's too much effort to reach up there? Okay. So go ahead and use it.
So when you click the comfort button, you'll see this, and then that, you'll see all of these things.
What are they? What we got up here? We got hot, relaxing, these are different massages. Hot, relaxing back massage, a shoulder massage, mobilizing massage. I know you were sure enjoying that on the ride. Activating massage.
Classic massage, and workout backrest. And then if you click seat, you can do the seat in front of you.
You can move the seat forward. This has a recliner out too, doesn't it? You can recline the seat out. Does it have heat and ventilation on it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great.
Over there.
Yeah, on the door? Yeah, it's on the door. It's traditional Mercedes. You also got sunshades, so if you don't want people to see you when you're sitting back here all by yourself. How about the pillows? Was that pretty comfortable when you're all reclined? I noticed you were asleep on most of the drive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How about ambient lighting?
Yes.
Can you show us how to do that?
So you click color to change the color, and if you click this one, you can make it your own color. As you can see, it is changing.
So
I changed it.
changes on the door. It's got on the dashboard. All these different moods. We had it set for Halloween last weekend, didn't we? Had all orange.
Now I want it to be
Yeah.
like that one.
I noticed there's also a dual zone climate control for the back here, so you can set each side differently.
And if you put energizing comfort, you can do this, and there's a lot of them. So
Your grandma was a big fan, wasn't she? Yeah. So that's cool. So you can do it from the screen, you can do it from the touchpad if you're too lazy to do that. And you can also control the radio, you can control the media, you can see where you're going navigation. Basically have a duplicate screen back here from what you have up in the front. Did you enjoy the drive? All right, let's go take a look at the front. When I was growing up, my grandma drove Mercedes, but they're very different looking from what this one is inside. With the 2021, you get the new touchscreen. It's an OLED screen, so very high definition, very easy to use. Flat screen instrument cluster, and you also get a widescreen head-up display that is absolutely enormous. Right now, I see the speedometer, but it also has all the crash avoidance systems, and when you're getting too close to buildings and other cars, it'll flash that and show you. So, but a lot of space up there to look out. But again, traditional Mercedes, where you had this really, solid console with wood and buttons, just very sleek and glassy. It's almost indistinguishable, honestly, from this and the EQS electric sedan. But a lot of the materials are what you expect from a traditional Mercedes. You got poplar wood here on the dashboard, big but also on the doors. This nice stitch material, diamond stitch leather seats. The bottom cushions extend. You can also set the side bolsters a little more firm if you want to do some performance driving, a little more relaxed. Set them out if you're out on the highway cruising. They also have active bolsters in them, so if you're cornering, it will kind of bring them in and then bring them out automatically depending on how you're driving the car. Of course, the pillows, just like in the back, headrest Super, super comfortable seats. And of course, you know, going along with this, you got heated ventilation right here on the door. You can adjust lots of different ways. But not only does it heat the seats, it heats the steering wheel and it heats the armrests. Because God forbid you have, you know, cold elbows in the middle of the winter time. But I do like the touchscreen. I do like the infotainment system. Very easy to use. It's all swipe screen. Go through the different functions. You know, I'll go through radio. Scroll through the different stations here. In the previous generation S-Class, you had a joy wheel controller here in the console to control the screen that was up in the dash. I thought that was a pain in the butt, just too complicated. This is much more intuitive. It's a screen. You kind of have to look down because it's not easy to use buttons, but it works pretty well. The automatic climate control dual zone here. This has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, of course, wireless phone charging down below. Has a Burmester audio system, which sounds absolutely exquisite, and all the crash avoidance systems. It has forward collision alert with auto brake, adaptive cruise control, lane centering steering, rear cross path detection, lane keep assist. Absolutely all of the latest crash avoidance systems. Well, my daughter may have enjoyed riding in the back, sitting back there, playing with the stereo, playing with the lighting, and messing with her seat. My favorite place up here, behind the steering wheel. The nice about driving an S-Class is you look at that great big long hood, you see the star at the end of it, and you just know you're in charge of a very substantial automobile that's very well made. And that's really true. I mean, I like the instruments, very easy to see, the touchscreen's easier to use, I like everything about it. But underneath the hood, this is where things get cool. A 496 horsepower bi-turbo V8, it's a 4-liter engine. Gas mileage isn't terrible in the car, 17 miles per gallon in the city, 25 on the highway. It's partly because it has a light hybrid system. So it's not a full on and off hybrid system, but it gives a little boost of power, kind of helps you with energy consumption just a little bit. It's a 9-speed automatic transmission, and it just always feels like it's in the right gear range. Out on the highway, you just cruise along whatever speed you want to. You just step on it, move into the left-hand lane, and you just feel like that's what it's like to be out on the Autobahn. The car just cruises effortlessly, cruises quietly. It has an air suspension, and it just wafts down the highway. You put it in comfort mode, and it just feels like a traditional Mercedes, big and heavy, and just, it floats, but it's not an uncontrolled float. It's just a very comfortable float. You also have the drive mode selector, so you got the dynamic mode here. So you can put it in sport, tightens up the steering, tightens up the suspension, makes the throttle a little more responsive. Sport Plus. The eye, you can customize all the different settings. So you can customize engine performance, the suspension, steering. Individual. Come back down. And again, I put it in comfort most of the time. There's also an E for Echo to drive more efficient. And again, it just kind of does the opposite of sport. Makes the throttle a little less responsive and gives it a very comfortable ride as well. Another feature this car has I like a lot. You know, you think about a big car, you think, man, it'd be hard to maneuver, you think it'd be hard to park it, especially in tight, city driving. This car has rear wheel steering. So you can park it like a compact car and it just spins itself around a dime. You turn around in the middle of an intersection. It's really quite impressive what it does. So, in the town, when you're parking, it kind of does this with the tires. When you're on the highway, it moves them in the same direction, so it adds a lot of stability to the car as you're changing lanes and maintaining speed. So again, it's just a quiet car, just a delightful car, and just a car that, I got to spend 5 hours on the highway and couldn't have been happier doing it. The new generation of Mercedes electric sedans are going to be absolutely phenomenal. They're going to be faster, they're going to be quieter, they're going to be just as comfortable as any S-Class before. But I'm really going to miss the gasoline era. I really enjoy this car. I like looking at the end of the hood and seeing that big star sitting up there, and just knowing you have that bi-turbo power, the big V8, and just get down the road any way you want to. So let's talk about price, because the top of the Mercedes range comes with a pretty substantial price that will bother you or not bother you so much depending on your station in life. So the car starts right at $110,000. This one, as equipped, $146,290. Well, next week, another fun car. Until then, storm forward.